Cult members, and welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is going to be, because on New Year's Day, we're going to get trailers now.
Right.
This is going to be our trailer reaction to A Quiet Place Part 2 instead of 2.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
Part 2 makes sense. Yeah. This was the movie that John Krasinski did not want to do, but it got talked into doing because the first one made $1 gazillion.
Right. And he's got other things going on.
He's Jack Ryan. He's actually really good. A little bit of a disclaimer. I have not seen the first one, but I know what happens and stuff that's going on. She, on the other hand, has seen it a bunch of times and loves it and stuff. So
I wouldn't say a bunch of times because somebody won't watch it with me.
I need to watch it. I know. But I'm excited to see what happens here. So where's the remote? I have the remote. Look. Rukuku. Here we go. Trailer reaction. A Quiet Place Part 2. And go.
Trailer before the trailer.
We're watching the trailer. You don't have to tell us what's... Day one, huh?
What is going on?
Oh, yeah. Literally day one.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Too soon.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. We're okay. That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. We're okay. We're all right.
Eyes forward.
Oh, the driver's window is...
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Now we're leaving.
And into town. That's really cool. Careful where you walk. Yeah. I like the quiet run. That's cool.
Oh.
They're showing the monsters a bunch of the trailer.
There's nothing left.
Please. There are people out there worth saving.
You don't know, do you? Oh, I do. The people that are left,
Oh, smart.
Is it a furnace?
Yeah.
they're not the kind of people worth saving.
Oh. I like the logo too.
Yeah.
March?
Soon.
That's interesting because they really kind of tease trailer thing. They're saying that we're gonna get this trailer
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was gonna be March. That's like soon. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be like, July or something like that.
Well, there's not a whole lot of sound editing. So post-production is easy.
Pretty simple. Okay, I have thoughts, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
I'm excited. I want to watch it now.
We have stuff to do today.
All right.
Cocktails might have to happen here soon. But does it make sense with the continuation from the first movie?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of speculation as to what they were going to do, if they were going to go someplace else or go back to the beginning, which it looks like they did do that a little bit. The first one, they showed just not back to the beginning, but I don't spoilers when the
movie's a
kid
year and a half old. I mean, come on.
dies. Yeah.
And if you're watching a trailer reaction, you've probably watched the first one, unlike some of us.
So the first one kind of goes back maybe a year and shows that, and then jumps forward. So it makes sense if this one goes back, shows the beginning, and then
Right.
jumps forward.
Right.
So now we know what they were doing. They didn't go somewhere else. They actually still showed the family, and it gives John Krasinski an out because he's been a little busy. So he didn't have to be in it. He just directed.
Right. He could just direct it, yeah.
And probably wrote, because I think he wrote the first one.
Yes, he wrote it after reading a what do they call it? A treatment. There was a treatment, and then he wrote the full script and stuff.
So,
Now, there's a whole lot of words in it, but
right. Cillian Murphy as the old guy, whatever.
as the bearded. Recluse kind of, yeah.
And then Ojuwan.
Yeah.
However you say his name, is in it too. So yeah, I'm excited.
I find it interesting that they're going back into town. I mean, it makes sense. You've got a single mom now with a baby and two, preteens essentially, and she's going to need help with them, and that makes a lot of sense that she tries to go into town to at least find other people that made it through, the initial attack and have made it this long and stuff like that.
Right.
However, with that, the Cillian Murphy character, I like that they're going to lean into the people who have made it this long have done things to make it this long, and that doesn't make them good people anymore.
Right.
And so that conversation is really interesting, like the moral dilemma that goes on, that you have to make choices, and do you do like what they talked about at the end of The Mist? Was it The Mist? The Fog? Maybe it's The Fog, where the guy decides to kill his family, and then through the fog, the military shows up, and they had beaten the characters.
Yeah.
So you have they have that moral dilemma, and leaning into that is really kind of a big deal, I think, for this movie, is having that idea of how would you handle being in this situation? Would you just try to kill off your family, or that would, instead of having them suffer through what's going on and everything? And
right. Well, and especially with a small baby, right? How do you keep the baby quiet? The baby doesn't know.
Yeah.
And does, like, if the baby makes a noise which gets you killed, then the baby dies because there's nobody to take care of it. And so there's a lot of moral
stuff. And then the other thing too that I really kind of like the general idea of, at least what they're portraying in this trailer, is that it's going to be linear storytelling with flashbacks. It's what I really think the movie's going to be, at least the way they're portraying it in this trailer. It may not be that way when we get there, but
well, like I said, the first one that started off with a flashback, not all the way to the beginning.
Right.
And then the rest of it moved forward.
Yeah.
So I would think that this one would do the same, because that's the same storytelling.
They just, the way they kind of show it, the day one, like I expect that to be the opening scene of the movie and stuff like that.
Right.
But then the stuff that goes on with Cillian Murphy and him trying to save his family or whatever was going on during the initial attack, I think that will actually happen later once they get into town and stuff. And if you're going to do that linear storytelling with flashbacks is a good way of adding exposition and explain the story overall. And so that,
I mean, it's a small town, so they may actually have known each other beforehand, because you kind of get the feeling that everybody. I mean, it's a small town, so like everybody kind of at least knows.
And I love the
each other.
idea of hiding in the furnace, because then
it's totally smart.
Totally smart, makes sense and stuff.
Yep.
And they actually showed the monsters. Like, that was a big deal. That I'm surprised they actually. I mean, they're known now, but showing them in the trailer is really kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, if you've seen the first one, you've seen them. So
yeah, absolutely. So that's our thoughts on A Quiet Place Part 2. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Be nice. It's a requirement. It's 2020. Come on, be nice to each other. Let us know in the comments what you thought, what your theories are, and everything else. And are you buying tickets for the first day? Of course you are. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and we're on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram. All those links to all those social media stuff is in the description down below. And until next time, if we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.